so it is week 4 and we are back on the project. As you can see, not a lot happened over the past couple of days. Yeah, so I've not really recorded much. It's just been a lot of admin kind of based work. So yeah, not a lot to report. Hopefully I'm just waiting and meeting the builder again today. We're just gonna have a look at more works to do with the chimney and also, yeah, just general works with the rest of the property.
You know, you've got 2 pipes here, haven't you? So the outer pipe, so go not the inner one, the outer one. Does the brickwork go out that way? So does it go towards the stairs where you just walked up?
But there is a bit of good news. Hopefully the roof is not in as bad a condition as what I originally anticipated. Obviously we put some money aside in our risk register, which that is, by the way, part of the project plan, and there's a free download in the description box if you want to see more on that. But yeah, we that 7,000 that we allocated to do the roof works, it might actually be cheaper, so that'll be a good thing. I'm just going to confirm that today. I also invested in a new gimbal for the channel. So hopefully you'll see some cool shots in a second. I'll roll the clips now of me just having a play. Right guys, so I am back from the Nook and you would have seen a bit of the footage with me and my now saviour builder Richard. Yeah, I've just got to come clean and just come out and say this. I made a massive mistake, went along with what everyone else was saying and against my better judgment and my professional judgment. I just went with the flow and we basically started to remove the chimney breast, and I don't know why I did it, because I know better. I know better and I should do better. I know better. So the chimney breast was never ever in anything, or I never wanted to remove it, I always wanted to keep it. But we were walking through one day, the builders were there knocking out the walls, they were knocking out the bathroom walls. I'll put in footage so you can see, but they were knocking out the opening for the bathroom wall so you could go straight in, and they were there, and then someone else was saying, oh, why don't you just get rid of the chimney breast? And I was like, no, I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to mess about with moving chimney breast and getting rid of it and all that. Long story short, one of the guys that was there knocking out the walls, who I thought was more experienced, was like, oh no, you'll be fine. It's all tied in. It's fine. Just knock it down. And I know. You should never just make a snap decision like that, just off the cuff. You should always, things like that, you need to check with the builder, or you need to check with your structural engineer, get a proper design, get the scope of works done, get the plan of works done, so you've got a safe method of working, you know what you're doing, everyone knows what's going down, how it's coming down, how it's going to be supported and things like that. And everyone was just, I was just pressure, no, get rid of it, you'll have more space. And I was like, no, I don't want to get rid of it. I don't even want to get into moving this chimney breast. It's a mammoth chimney breast. I don't want to get into it. Long story short, so they halfway knock it down, which you would have seen in previous videos in previous weeks, that they'd knocked half of the chimney breast out, and that they've also, and the rubbish had gone and all of this lot. And I thought, yeah, it's great. And I'm looking up, and then I'm thinking, no, this ain't right. And Richard, my builder, was like, no, this ain't right. That shouldn't have gone down. You know, they've got a small limited bit of knowledge, and obviously they've said to the wrong thing. That should never have gone down. If I'd have known, it would never have gone anywhere. You should have rung me, this, that, and I should have done. And it was just a stupid snap decision. Please don't roast me in the comments, but yeah, I shouldn't have done it. Guys, I just want to interject and just say that there'll be more videos coming up on the chimney breast later on, and more details on that. But please make sure that you follow what your builder says and you listen. Yeah, this property is, well, this whole project is a lot more challenging than the last project we did, which was the 1-bedroom flat. Wish me luck, guys. I'm going to take you along all the way. You're going to see all the ups and downs. Quite a lot of downs at this minute, but we're steaming ahead. Got a lot of work to do on this property. So we're probably going to have to, well, I knew we were going to replace all the windows anyway. I budgeted to replace all the windows anyway. But it looks like we've got no lintels or any supports or anything above any, well, the majority of the windows. So that's going to have to be factored in, and I will take you along tomorrow and I'll show you the cracks that my builder showed me that you should be looking out for, which I should have seen. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and at least, again, it goes back to my property profile. I wanted to at least learn a few new skills from every project that I do. We're going to learn a lot of things on this one, trust me. Hi guys, so it is the next day, and to take my mind off this blooming chimney breast, I am going to just review all of the windows. So we've had the window quote back from the window guide, so I'm just going to have a look over those, probably show you a couple of clips from that as well so you can see. But I'm going to review that, and then I'm going to update the drawing as well, probably do that tomorrow, because I've got a few things to add in for the electrics, for the heating, the plumbing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with that. Right then guys, so as you can see, I'm looking at the window quote and I've made some notes as well, as you can see here. Some windows I'm thinking that we can omit, some we won't need. Yeah, so this window here, I'm not sure where this one is, so I'm just going to have to clear that up with the window supplier, because that might possibly could be one we can omit. And this one is the fixed window to the front. This one doesn't need any of the sort of slate piping on it, so maybe if we omit that from it, that can be a little bit cheaper. And then these sort of 3 windows to the back, possibly we could omit one of those as well, because one of the changes that I'm making on the actual drawing as well is that we're going to be, instead of putting in the bath, we're going to be putting in a shower, so we need to block up one of those windows, so that can be an omission as well. But yeah, I will keep you updated on that, and tomorrow I'll show you the progress on the plans as well, and yeah, so that's all of that guys for the windows. Right guys, so I am updating my project plan for this project. So I'm updating the risk register items, so I've just literally updated the roof repairs and costs and stuff like that. Still just a rough estimate, but I'm just updating that so I know where I am with those. Added in the cost for the new windows, which is still, as I said, estimated, so I'm just looking at that. And what I'm looking at doing as well is just, as I said before, is just adding in another column, another sheet, just so I can just do some cost control for actual costs as they go along compared to the budget and what I've got left to spend. And I might just do another section as the change control log as well, as we discussed earlier. Guys, so I have literally just got back from looking at that chimney, and I think that has really taught me a lesson. It's just sort of shook me up and woke me up a bit. It's not all about, like, the last project we did was more the cosmetics and literally just tarting up the flat and making it look nice. There was no actual proper building stuff involved. This time round, it is coming into place, and I'm going to take a few more processes from that I have developed in my working life on actual proper building sites and bring that in there, because yeah, it shouldn't have happened with the chimney, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it much more. I'm going to use that as a way to improve. So I think what I'm going to do moving forward is adopt more of a system. So yeah, we just want to really mitigate against making snap decisions just because someone else has said, or someone else has sort of said, no, that's all right. I want to make sure, take more of an ownership and be like, no, actually, hold on, let's review this. If you're going to do this, how we're going to design it, how many days is it going to take, what tools are you going to need for it, what materials are you going to need for it, what's your working area, you know, just so that we can get more of a risk assessment mindset and sort of mitigate against making any snap decisions. So hopefully in the next clips I'll show you the process of me adding that, and I'll probably add a couple of tabs to the project plan that I've actually got, and obviously there's a link below in the description box if you want to download that for free. So yeah, I'll add on to that just so I've got a better process on how to manage change in the future. So yeah, in my working life, obviously if you're working with contractors, if they spot an issue, they'll often issue an early warning notice, or you'd look through a compensation event. So therefore you get a whole holistic view of the change that's going to happen, or to mitigate any issues that are going to happen on site. So you'd get things like, you'd be looking at things in terms of time, cost, quality. So it would be looking at, right, this is going to happen, or you want to implement this change. If you do so, then it's going to add X amount of days on the programme. So in terms of this chimney breast, it would have been, oh, it's going to add, you're looking at, I don't know, for example, another 7 days of labour to actually take it out and do that and to go through the full process. In terms of quality, right, you need to get a design or advice from a structural engineer, or a design from a structural engineer, or if it's something that the builder can assess, right, so yeah, right, we've got the design, this is what structural engineers said, or this is the advice that you need, we need to put the steels in, or we need to put the gallows brackets above, we need to take it down like this, you know, so you get that in terms of, so that for your quality. And in terms of cost, it's going to cost you X amount in materials, X amount in labour, and that's the price for it. So you get a whole holistic view, and they'd also be looking at sort of safe working area, what tools they'll need to be using, what materials they'll need, as I said before, just general things like that. So I think I'm going to pull that in from my working life and just get a better process for change control, and hopefully mitigate against these things in the future. But as I said, you know, we're on site, it's slightly different to working in my work environment, because you're always making decisions. You are the client, you're the project manager, you're everything all rolled into one. You're constantly making decisions all day long, and there need to be snap decisions, because obviously the builder needs to know. So the major things for things like this moving forward, that's what kind of process I am going to adopt. And as I said, I'll pop the link in the description box if I add those 2 tabs on as well. Right guys, so as you've seen in that last bit of footage, that chimney breast is now blocked back up, so I can now sleep and rest at night easy. So what I will do is show you the windows that I'm thinking about blocking up. So first floor flat, it will be this window here, this window here, I'm thinking to block that one up. And then probably new scope would be to put the shower in that position, so you've got a massive big shower space there, and then do the same for the downstairs. Right guys, so I have just been to site. I'm so happy, and you've all seen in the footage that the chimney breast is now up. I am so happy that it's back. That's a weight off my shoulders. I don't know what I was thinking, but we move on. But yeah, I mean, before it was a bit choppy and a bit in and out anyway, so it all needed tidying up anyway, regardless. So, you know, it was a nominal amount I paid to get that put back in, as opposed to what could have happened. So I'm really, really happy. And you'll see as well, even though obviously I get what the labourer was saying, it's all tied in, and yeah, it's not going to go anywhere because it's such a solid chimney breast, guys. You'll see, it's so solid. Everything's all tied in. All the floorboards are running in the right direction. They're all running horizontally to it, and they're all running across and not going linear and the other way from the other direction and tying into the chimney breast. So that was a plus. If it was the other way around, again, that could have been a disaster as well. So yeah, so the floorboards are running from wall the opposite way. They're running in parallel to the chimney breast, so all the weight from the upstairs and everything is all carried through those floorboards on either side. So that, thank goodness it was like that. But yeah, and you'll see the amount of the chimney breast that was at the top, that's all there. I mean, like Richard says, it's all tied in, it's not going anywhere, it's as solid as anything. Everything all above was all tied into the wall, but then that wall, because it's gone, it's all been carried on that 4-inch load bearing wall. So that could have been, yeah, just for my peace of mind, I'm just glad we just cut our losses. We didn't get rid of all of it, there was still the base bit there, so we still had some stability, and yeah, I'm just so happy that that's done. So, whew.
You want me to do the windows or what? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I want the windows doing, because I'm just reviewing his quote. I just need to go back to him on some of them. And also, to be honest guys, I'm kind of glad that this chimney breast has just putting new because I've put the breeze blocks back in because it's a smoother finish. I think before it was quite choppy and all in and out, especially along this side. It was literally quite choppy all along here. So I'm quite glad that it's all new and fresh. We'll just overboard it and then probably skim it as well, so it will look a lot better and a lot neater. Right then guys, so the plumber has just left and unfortunately didn't want to be on camera, so respect his wishes. So we just walked through the project with him, and obviously, as I said, there is going to be a stud wall going across here just to divide this room up. So on the other side is going to be bathroom. So for your downstairs flat, which is the one I'm in at the minute, as you can see, originally they can see some of the cold feed and everything coming up from here. I think it goes underneath this floor, comes up from here, goes under, because the water meter and everything's in here. So we're saying it's probably through underneath this bit and then coming back up and going into your bathroom. So what we're going to do, once this wall's been built, make sure that on the opposite side, the bathroom side of this new stud wall, it stays open so that he can put his pipe work and sort all that out through there. Obviously this window will be bricked up and we'll have your 900 by 900 quadrant style shower in this space here, your toilet over there on that side. And then what we'll do once we get this new door on, that's going to be mirrored and flipped over so that it opens out the other, so it hinges on this side instead, so it opens out the other way, so it's going to be mirrored over and flipped over. And then here we will have your 1000 unit space so that we can have the storage heaters for your water and everything in there, and then that's going to feed the bathroom and in here as well. So your sink is going to be in that area, so underneath in that 1000 unit as well, as I said, we'll have the storage for the water, and then a space here, probably about 620, 600, so that you've got a space for your single sort of fridge freezer style, 600 wide style fridge freezer there. And then obviously on this side, this is all coming out. I'll be putting a washing machine space there, and then beside that you'll have your oven, hob and hood extractor and all that lot. So pretty compact in here. Talked through what we're going to be doing, so he's quite happy on that, so he'll be getting back with a quote later on for that, so I'm quite happy with that. Right there guys, as well, we're hoping to move the consumer unit, which is downstairs in the entranceway for the first floor flat, and then hopefully be able to put it somewhere in here, and that way that can help feed the power for up here in the upstairs flat. So in here we just talked through what we're going to be doing in this as well. So hopefully here on this side we're going to be able to have like a fridge, again similar to downstairs, having like a 600 or 620 wide space here for like a 600 single fridge freezer. And then on this side here we're hoping to put in 1000 unit, so again can put the electric storage heaters in there for the hot water, sink on that side as well with the drainer over, and then that then can feed through to the other side and it can feed the shower in the other room. So yeah, overall good meeting. We've walked through and we've talked through what needs to happen. Obviously I need to brick up some of the windows prior to him coming out, and that needs to be done so that he can carry on with his works. He's hoping to start within the next 2 weeks. So yeah, all in all a great meeting. We also confirmed a few things with the electrician. We called the electrician on video chat so that he knows what cables he needs, what size cables need to be run into the showers as well. So that was a good meeting. So yeah, overall we walked the course and talked through everything, and yeah, really good meeting today. Yeah, so I am just heading off home now to go through everything and just make sure that the drawings are up to date, put all the amendments on. So I'll see you when I get back home and we will document the drawing amendment. Yeah, so I'm just back at home now, so I'm just going to update these drawings and just change them around according to what I've said on site with the plumber. So it is the next day, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip you around so you can see the progress, what we've done and what we've made on these drawings. So it's a lot more clear now, there's a lot more instructions to the contractor and to the M&E specialist, or the electrician, sorry, and the plumber and everyone, so everybody knows what they're doing and who's doing what and what's going to happen. So I'll just flip you around so you can see and just talk you through it. So I've done the ground floor, we've obviously changed and swapped out the bath for the quadrant shower tray and shower cubicle. I've put in a few more details on what we're doing with windows, so I've got a few more notes on those so everybody knows what windows are staying, what are new. Pretty much downstairs everything's going to be new, so we've got new obscure glazed windows to go in that. We're in that old opening and that's going to be window 1, and like I said, new, and we've got the size in there for the supplier and the contractors. Window 2 is obviously this one here, that's going to get bricked up, so everyone knows that's being bricked up, and we've got a little note here as well to say what I want from that. Hopefully we can use some of the bricks that come out of the chimney breast. So actually that was a blessing in disguise, because it's actually given us a load of bricks that are aged and will match the brickwork on the outside, so it won't look too out of place. It's probably just going to be the pointing that's probably going to stand out the most. So I'll flip this door around, external door 1, and that's new, put the sizes in. We've got the bathroom, the kitchen layout, which as I said is going to be pretty tight with the washing machine. Hopefully can be here with a spur. I've put where I want my electrics to be, so these funny looking symbols here are for double socket above countertop, and these 2 are spurs that are going to be below. One spur for your washing machine and then another spur for your electrical, the storage heater and everything to warm up the sink and give hot water and stuff. So we've got 1,000 unit here, and then 600 and a little bit, and a gap, and then also a bit of room to play with for, and obviously an upstand or the side panel, so that obviously the worktop is resting on the end piece here. Again, so window 3, we've popped in notes. I've popped in notes for external PIR, lighting for outside. We've got the cooker hood, cooker on there, probably that'll be a drawer pack, and a little space here for your fridge freezer, and again all the electricals for that, and your extract fan and spur and everything for that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've done. I've gone round and done all of that, so I've noted all of the new internal doors. I've noted this bit on the chimney breast, I want that to be like a media unit like what we did in the Woolerton flat. And we've got here 2-way, hopefully can pop like a 2-way switch on that side, double sockets, new window in that side, and yeah, and just sort of remove the boxing in and making good. I've put a spotlight design on here, so I'm gonna obviously tell my Sparky so that he can quote for doing spotlights in throughout, and also give me a quote for just having spotlights in the kitchen and bath, and just pendant lighting in the lounge and bedroom, just so we've got an option, we can see the cost difference on that. And yeah, just sort of gone through, as I said, labelled everything up, labelled where I want the new rads to be, and just check that with the plumber, just check that that will be alright with heating. Obviously this is the hallway to go up for the first floor flat, and we've got a smoke detector, as I said, 2-way lights, just where I want my lighting and everything to be. And this is the window at the front, which was previously the shop main entrance for customers to go in for the salon. So as I said, we always had the plan of removing that and then just putting in a full new window set for that whole opening, so therefore we're not faffing about with breaking out or building anything up. All we've got to do is just brick up underneath where the door would be. The door was on this side, so that's on there. I've shown where I want my meter to be moved to, and as I said, that is still with Western Power, so I'll keep you updated on that when that gets changed. And then guys, this is the first floor flat, and again I've done the same kind of thing. I've noted which windows are staying, which ones are being which ones are being bricked up, which ones we're keeping, and also I've sort of I've had a real good think about the kitchen layout. We've got a bit more room to play with here because obviously we haven't got the door, which is quite restrictive downstairs. We've got to be a bit more, you know, innovative with how the design is on that. So yeah, again, I've pretty much gone for the same kind of layout, having your TV here, so that obviously you've got your window on this side. So the reason why I've thought that could be the main TV sort of media wall and media unit kind of thing is so that you can have your TV against the wall. You've got double sockets to plug anything else in, and also it's here and you won't get as much of a glare coming in from your windows here. And I've popped in again where I want everything to be. We've got an alternative layout, so we've got spots and also pendant lighting shown in this one, and spots and pendant in the bedroom as well, so we can get priced for both. Radiators, as I've spoken in depth obviously yesterday with the plumber, and he was just saying, look, because originally I had them underneath the window, we've moved them to this side so that we don't get so much heat loss out of the windows, because these are big windows that we've got and that we're working with. And again, smoke detector on the stairs there for the entrance to that one, so we know which doors are going to be new. So all the doors, the external doors in the first floor flat, we're having 3 that are new, but we're using the existing openings. So yeah, I've pretty much gone through that. And what I'm going to do now is just share that on our group chat, so that the electrician and the plumber have both got the drawings and they know sort of kind of where I want everything, what I'm wanting, what I'm putting in here as well. And if I go to the actual main drawing, so this is the main proposed drawing, and I've kind of put a rough spec of what I want for my radiators, because obviously everything's going to be electric in the flat. So the radiator's going to be electric, the shower's going to be electric, everything's going to be electric, because it's just, I'm trying to get through to Caden and it's just going to be a whole nightmare. So we're going to be putting the electric in, hopefully get some eco-friendly. I know it might be a little bit more expensive for whoever lives there, but we are trying to get as much of a sustainable option for the flat as possible. So hopefully that it shouldn't be too much, because obviously we're going to be upgrading the insulation on the inside of those external walls as well, so that'll keep a lot of the heat in too. But yeah, I've literally, that's the first floor flat, that's the layout we're thinking of. So you've got a nice lovely open bathroom to move about in. Kitchen's quite nice on there, the lounge is nice, you can pop in an L-shaped sofa in here, it'll be nice and comfortable. Bedroom, you could probably have your bed against this wall here facing that way, bedside tables on either side, so you've got double sockets to service those, and then you've got optional double sockets on that side as well. And as I said, the same thing for the ground floor flat as well. This is where we're a bit more restricted, because obviously we were having the entranceway in through the kitchen, but still nice spacious bath. Kitchen, to be fair, is quite a nice size. It's just a bit fiddly because you've obviously got to have a nice clear pathway to get through. And nice lovely open bedroom. I mean, in both of these spaces it's quite nice and airy and bright in there anyway. And what we're hoping to do on the outside as well, guys, is to renew the fencing, and probably I think from here to here the fencing's quite low, so what we'll do is, and there's a couple of fence panels missing, so what we want to do is just sort of get rid of the fencing that goes across the border all the way up and round, renew that and have that as probably, it might be 1800 mil, sorry 1800 high fence, close boarded fence, and just have a new one, so that obviously people aren't looking into this massive bedroom window and here as well. So whoever's going to be in there is going to have really nice blinds for that, but you know, that's the design we're working with. But yeah, that is our drawings, a bit of a 3D view as well. It's a bit darker on camera, it's got all our descriptions and that's that.